We have an advocate for the TVEMS, that is the Technical and Vocational Education and Management Studies Division, none other than the Dean, Andrew Abraham. And he's going to explain all about TVEMS, even though, as I said before, the sad news is that summer's almost over. We're talking about school.
Back to school
Good
we
thing.
go.
We're talking about the future, right?
Yes, yes.
All right, so Dean Abraham, welcome back to Good Morning SKN.
Welcome.
Well, thank you very much for having me here again.
Our pleasure.
It's certainly a pleasure.
Indeed. All right, so let's talk about TVEMS and why it's so special. What can you tell us about it?
Well, I need to start talking about CFBC. It's supposed to reserve an entire day for me to speak about the college. It's so exciting, to share. But the technical division of the Clarence Fitzroy Bryan College, it's the vocational arm of the institution, and we offer the most exciting programs at CFBC. But may I go further to say, probably in the sub-region, CFBC TVEMS, we have just about 11 associate degree programs, 2 certificate, and 1 diploma program. And it crosses areas of architecture, agriculture, ICT. And I see some of my graduates here who I know providing an excellent service, who I can call by name. So I'm very proud to be here this morning to see Oksana and all the guys here. And they are products of our program as well. Office administration, our business program, and we have some other technical programs, like automotive and refrigeration and so on. So there is quite a variety of programs at the division for prospective students who are interested in furthering their studies or their career path at CFBC. I like to put it this way. At CFBC TVEMS, we give you a triple bubble, where we train you for the world of work. We prepare you for the next level, that is to matriculate or move on to university and college. And we also train you so that you are prepared for the world of entrepreneurship. So you want to start your own business, or graduates will leave our program with the confidence and the training that they can go there as well and perform and participate in the economy, where they themselves can be their own owners and be employers as well.
Nice.
You make it sound so very exciting.
I know.
Wow.
And easy at the same time. So on our What's Happening segment, over and over, we would have mentioned the deadline for you to submit your applications. Can you tell us that deadline once again?
Currently, we are accepting applications, so application period is still open, and you can apply up to the 2nd of September. After the 2nd of September, we go into what we call probably a late period, and we are also in the process of accepting students. So we are in the interview stage, where students who would have applied, they were notified of the days in which they had to come to the college to be interviewed, because that's one of the steps in the admissions process. So the entry requirements is there, or the required number of subjects, and we accept students by program, not just one broad requirement to get into our program. So if you're going into, for example, architecture, that program will require you to have CSEC passes in physics, maths, English, because of the nature of the area.
Understood.
And as opposed to, let's say, business, the students in business, 4 subjects, English is mandatory, and so on. So you would go on the college website, cfbc.edu.kn, and you would see the list of programs we have and the entry requirements as well.
I'm curious to know, because you mentioned an interview process, and for prospective students, this might be the first time that they're interviewing. What would you say to them to allay their fears of it being a daunting process?
The interview process is really to help students to select the right programs for them. It is not so much to scare them away, but it's to guide them. So most of these students would have, probably sit the exams at CSEC. We know that CX is late this year, so they have their slips for the exams taken. So we look at that, see the courses that they have taken in high school, and given the prerequisites or the courses that would be required to get into this program, we may be able to even guide them to other programs where they might be, because sometimes students tend to follow their friends. Oh, my friend is in business, so I go into business. But really and truly, that student needs to be in probably culinary or hospitality studies. So what our interviewers would do is to kind of guide them and also orient them at the same time to what the program is about, and to give them a more in-depth understanding of the program. So we do some selling, some counseling, some coaching there as well.
You do it all.
Yes.
what about the returning students?
Now, for our returning students, the registration period is open. And I am sure that you guys heard the big announcement for the newly elected Prime Minister.
Yes.
Congratulations
Yes.
again to the
Zero
team.
tuition fees.
No tuition, no fees. So our returning students would not be required to pay any fees. So the registration period is open, and it is open until, again, the 2nd of September. But we do have a late registration period as well. That goes to the 12th of so students who are out there, as you say, enjoying the summer break halfway mark, take a few minutes, go online, and register for your courses.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Is there a difference between the starting times for returning students and new students?
Oh, yes, certainly. The returning students, classes start on the 5th of September. And for our year 1 students who are now going through the admissions process, classes starts on the 12th of September. So all of these students would have been notified via email. And if you are listening in to us right now, check your emails because we've been sending emails to you over the last 4 or 5 weeks. And currently I'm wearing 2 hats, Dean and Acting Registrar. So I'm also overseeing the admissions process. So I've been very intimately involved in the admission, acceptance of students at the college, but more importantly, sharing information with them. Hence the reason why I can give you so many dates and times and the activities that are happening, so that we ensure that our students or prospective students get to the college, and it's a really smooth process. And the experience could be one that would also encourage them to encourage their friends to apply and get in as well.
Indeed. So prior to COVID-19, the students had to wait for the results before attending a CFBC. However, this is no longer the case. Will this change remain?
Yes, we are still accepting students without their CSEC results. What the college have done over the period of, the COVID period, is that we ask students to apply, and we are using the high school, or the subjects that they would have taken at the CSEC level. And based on that, we're gonna, what we do is, after the results come out, we look at the results. So they're all accepted provisionally. And they would have to present their passes, and once they meet the courses that are required to enter the program, then they are now fully admitted. But the students who applied and probably did not meet the requirements, we don't send them back home. So what we do is we offer these subjects in our ACE, Adult and Continuing Education Division. So if you need math or English, whatever subject it is, these students then could go take these subjects, but they must sit that subject and pass it in the first year. All right?
So they're doing the courses in tandem. Is that
Yes.
what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, great.
So what is the structure of the TVEMS program?
Our program is, I would say, twofold. It's both a combination of theory and practical. So it's the vocational arm of the college, like I said, and students are expected to do a lot of practical training. But that is combined with the theoretical aspect of the course as well. And our students in all of our programs are required to do a practicum, which is a job attachment. So they're attached with a company or an organization within the industry. So for example, our IT students, they would go out to various businesses that is in that area of specialization for a 6-week period, but in some cases, they stay longer. So what we've done over the years for the practicum part of it, or some of our programs, the students go out in the summer. So that way, they have much more time. And what we find is that employers, they sometimes use that opportunity to recruit as well. And it is in the last year of your program. So the students who go out in the summer, what happens is that we find a lot of them getting hired at that time. So we find there's a win-win situation there, whereby you get to do your practicum, but at the same time, you've been looked at, so you get recruited and get hired.
All right, so do you place the students, or do the students have to?
No, we do the placement.
You do the placement?
Yes.
All right, so you might effectively get somebody a job or two.
Pretty much.
That's good. That's good.
Reason to enroll.
Yes, indeed.
That's what it is.
All right, so let's talk about the minimum attendance requirements, because we understand that there might be students who, for whatever reason, have jobs or families and so on while they enroll in TVEMS. So what is that minimum standard?
All right, so our program, it's, given that we have a heavy, I would say, practical component of it, the students are required to be there. So students must attend their courses 80% of the time. So we require you to really be there and to participate. So students who are looking at, applying and getting accepted into our programs, please understand that it's not a case whereby you can just sign up and not show up. All right, you need to be there and to participate. And like I said to my students all the time, I said, if you come here every day and you do your assignments and you do not pass that course, come back to me. I'm yet to have anybody coming back to say that they didn't. So I think it's working. Once you participate, and we do continuous assessment, which means that you don't get just a final exam and then whether you pass or fail and that's it. No, you assess throughout the semester, so that way you know how you are doing and you can improve on your performance. And that way you and your lecturer would then be able to look at where you're at in that course. So the success rate would increase as a result of that. So you are continuously engaged, and it's a win-win situation for all involved, because their success is my success. Absolutely. And their success is the lecturer's success as well. So
and the country's success as well.
Exactly.
A lot is writing on what they
very
do.
much so. And again, I would continue to blow our trumpet very loud. I'm so proud, like stepping into an entity like this and seeing your graduates performing that kind of role. It's across the federation. TVEMS graduates are pretty much the ones leading in a lot of these industries, and I'm so proud of what they have been doing over the years, and what we are doing at the college as well. So we're just looking forward to do more of that.
TVEMS graduate right here.
Of course.
Look at it. Wink, wink.
Yes.
They can't see you, Cortez.
There you go.
They see me every day, so that's okay. I'm just making it known. I'm just making it known. So we know in the last interview we were speaking about TVEMS connecting with colleges in Canada. Are there any other institution that TVEMS connect with?
We have quite a number of institutions at CFBC where we have partnerships. UVI, UWI, Western Illinois University, Midwestern State University, Monroe College. Those are the popular ones, but there are several other institutions. For example, Piano College in Canada. We just had a lecturer actually from that institution who did a month here at CFBC, co-facilitate courses, had professional development, and it's an ongoing type relationship where our faculty have the opportunity to do development and professional development training, with Piano College. There's another college in Canada right now where we're looking at persons who are interested in Fulbright scholarship from the CFBC. We have the Auburn University as well. We had a Fulbright scholar here last year, Dr. Leslie Cody, who worked with us on developing a bachelor's in business administration program. It has gone through the levels of approval. It's still at the board level. So as soon as that gets passed, there are some exciting projects happening at CFBC. TVEMS. Yes, but CFBC as a whole, there's a lot of movement taking place there, a lot of exciting programs in other areas, but I'm a TVET advocate, so I can help myself to say that's our programs that we have offering. So yes, we do have the partnership, and plus we have 2 students that will be heading to Canada in October.
Oh, good stuff.
They've already gotten approved, so they're in the visa application process right now. They'll be heading up to Canada.
All right, I managed to glimpse the associate degree in, I think it was refrigeration and air conditioning.
Right.
That seems to be quite a lucrative field. Can you tell us about that?
Others. Yeah, so our refrigeration program is one that trains technician for the industry. I'm happy to say that we are unable to put out as much technicians as possible because you have persons requesting graduates from that area as well. We do have interest, but as you realize, a lot of the ACR, as we say, guys, they tend to go up on their own. And start their own business. So that's one area. So the refrigeration program, yes, it's at the associate degree level. And we get a fair, I would say, an average amount of applicants and students into that program. But it's an area that there is a need in terms of persons who would like to hire support technicians and so on. But we find that because the business environment is very friendly to businesses or startups, a lot of persons are going into that, even graduates that come directly out of that program.
Well, you taught them too.
Right, exactly. Hence your link to entrepreneurship.
Right.
So that makes sense.
Exactly.
Sense. Indeed. Is there any program of interest, perhaps, that you'd like to see attendance go up with?
You repeat that.
Any program of interest, like you want more registrants for that particular thing?
All of our programs are important to the business environment in St. Kitts and Nevis. But the areas that have been getting a lot of requests from in terms of industry, it's the area of culinary studies. Again, there's a limit to that program where we can only accept about 12 to 14 students in that program because of the very nature of the training. It's practical. One course is about 6 hours long where we have 4 hours of practical. And once they are finished, believe you me, they are well trained. I have seen these guys in operation, and we have some activities. We have the team lunches in the first semester, this semester coming up on Fridays, where they would have these different lunches that they would prepare different themes, where the public can also come in and participate. They also have that future chef competition where they participate in. They have bar operation competition where they're doing all these mixes and so on, and they're doing it at industry standards at a very high level. So we're really hoping that we're able to expand that program and push up more persons, because if we are going to expand the hospitality sector here in St. Kitts, we should be able to provide that kind of support. IT is consistently growing. I mean, you could see.
Yes.
But agriculture is where we're really hoping to see some more movement. We have the non-traditional agriculture that seems to excite students, where we have the hydroponics, shade houses, organoponics. We're hoping to see if we can get the fish, aquaculture included. I would like to see more persons take the opportunity in agriculture, because this is an area where I believe we here in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis can really take advantage of the opportunities that are available.
Right? When we start talking about food security as well, that's
exactly.
Absolutely.
And sustainability.
And we understand exactly where CFBC TVEMS fits into all of that.
All of that.
Plan for St. Kitts and Nevis.
Yes.
Dean, thank you so much for coming, engaging
in
conversations.
pleasure.
You said we could talk for hours, so you have to come back.
I like it.
You must.
I like that. So thank you very much again for having us. And just before I leave, to all of our CFBC TVEMS family, you're on your summer break, to enjoy the summer and revive yourself and get enough rest. And we're looking forward to see you in a couple of weeks. So again, your prospective students, ensure that you check your emails, ensure that you get your letter to come in for your interview, and start preparing yourselves for that new journey. We are anxiously waiting you at the college to welcome you and to help you to succeed at whatever career path that you choose. Again, we are very grateful at CFBC for you accepting our short request to be on your show. And we'll continue to update you on whatever events we're having. And it's certainly my pleasure to be back here. It feels like home.
Good. We'd love to hear that.